I've taken a long time to do this video. We could have done this earlier on in the season. We could have, but I'm like, nah. But now it's got too much now. When I'm hearing Alan Pardew chatting about asterisks, when did he ever play any entertaining football? Hi, welcome along to AFTV. I've got Lee Judges in the building. You know what? We had to do this video today, right? Because I don't know about you, Lee, but I'm a bit fed up now. I'm a bit fed up with all of the criticism that Arsenal keep getting, right? I don't know what it is. Is it jealousy? Is it just pure hate? I don't know what it is, right? The latest of it came from the Brighton manager, Fabian Hürzeler, after Arsenal's 1-0 victory over Brighton. He already had a bee in his bonnet even before the game. Yeah. He's moaning about Arsenal time wasting and this and that before the game even started. Inevitably, with them losing, he went on it again. Now, I'll give you some of the quotes that he said about Arsenal's performance of the game. He says, at the moment, I have the feeling that Arsenal are doing their own rules, no matter how they are playing. If the Premier League, if the referee allows everything, then it's difficult, then they make their own rules. The Premier League has to find a rule because that was not football, what Arsenal did today. Football fans want to see football games and not time waste. I'm sure you don't want to watch these games of football. Alan Pardew came out on Talk Sport and said that if Arsenal win the league, there'll be an asterisk against it because of our style of play. Nonsense. Paul Scholes has made comments. There's been comments in general from people, Arsenal style of play, Arsenal too many set pieces, Arsenal this, Arsenal that. Now, when other teams do it, it's, oh, you know what, they're showing a lot of art. You know what I mean? They're strong, they don't get bullied. But when we do it, and when we find a way to win, how many times have we heard them say over the years, oh, Manchester City, they found a way to win. Weren't pretty, but they found a way. Liverpool, they dug in and they found a way to win. What is it with all this hate around Arsenal? Is it a fear that Arsenal could win this league? What is it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think that a lot of teams out there say like, and I'm going on at past experience. If Man City won it, there was the thing of, oh well, you know, they bought it. Chelsea, they bought it. We can't afford to do that and all that. But if Arsenal win it, it means, well, everybody can do it like, you know. There's a little bit of that, I think, involved. So I also, you know, for the life of me, like corners and set pieces, they've been around forever. You know what I mean? Peter Schmeichel turned around the other day.
He was another one hating.
Yeah, turned around the other day and said, I wouldn't want to win a league on set pieces and corners. He won a European Cup final on 2 corners. They've got short memories. You know what I mean? Like, they were absolutely outclassed against Bayern Munich that day.
Yep.
Remember rightly?
Yep.
And they had to rely on set pieces to win it. I didn't hear no one going, I don't have throw my medal back in there because it's set pieces. You got outclassed. No, it's a historic moment. But because Arsenal have done it, you know, it's different. I look at it and go, right, Manchester City, like, oh, I want what Manchester City did. This is a team that come to the Emirates and put 10 men behind the ball. Right? I watched them against Leeds. Well, I didn't watch the game, but it was like, you know, they won 1-0. See the highlights.
I watched it.
They was very, very fortunate.
Second half, they had to grind it out.
Complimented how they've grinded it. That's how to win titles. That's how to win titles. When we've played under Arsene Wenger and been a very, very good footballing team and then been bullied at Blackburn and Stoke, you know, get some balls, Arsenal. Get this. You remember
no cojones.
Get some all that.
Remember that? No cojones and stuff like that.
All of a sudden, we get all of that sort of stuff, and it ain't good enough now, like, you know. And at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to be really honest. Yesterday wasn't pretty. Yesterday wasn't right. But at the end of the day, we've gone to places like that in the past and played pretty football and lost and been criticised for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's coming from.
Remember they used to say, oh, Arsenal, all they do is pretty football, but there's nothing on the end of it.
Yeah.
Now we've got a mixture, and it is a mixture, right? Because let's not forget, a couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago, we went to Tottenham,
4-1.
4 past them. The same leads that Manchester City
brushed
beat
aside.
1-0. We brushed them aside. Like
4-0, but that's brushed aside. That's not
4-0, right?
About.
But you get other games, like the game against Brighton, where it's a tight game. It's, you know, we score it early. I want to ask Fabian Hürzeler this, right? If Brighton had scored an early goal, would you be rushing things? Yeah? Are you going to rush throw-ins? You get a throw-in and you look around and every one of your players is marked. Are you just going to throw it in quick? No, you're not. You're going to take a little bit longer. Of course, Arsenal do have a few little dark arts. Every single team has it. We go through this week in, week out at the Emirates. Teams come, they put in a low block, they know they're up against Arsenal, they know that Arsenal technically a better team than them, and they put a low block in and they try and catch us on the counter-attack. They try and find a way. And you know what? I don't disrespect it. That's a way of winning as well. A couple of weeks ago when we went to Brentford are the most direct team in this Premier League. They've got long throw after long throw, get the ball, just hit it up to Igor Thiago. I wasn't slagging them off.
No.
I was showing them a lot of respect at the end of the game because I'm like, you know what? They found a way to get results.
Exactly.
Right? This is the most competitive Premier League we've seen in a long time. We saw Wolves the other night beating Liverpool, right? Stop whinging, stop moaning. I think what it is, right, is that Arsenal, we're quite loud on social media, right? Arsenal fans, you know, Arsenal Fan TV and over the years and all these different platforms and all the many people, you know, we're kind of one of the early adopters of this and we're very vocal on social media. I don't know if that's the reason why so many fans don't want to see us win it. Is it just because we've got such a massive worldwide fan base around the world? But some of the criticisms towards the team have been so unjust.
I agree.
So unjust and unfair because when other teams do it, like you said, Lee, oh yeah,
it's
ground
like,
it out.
What's his name said it the other day, Liam Rossignol. He said, we're going to have to look at throw-ins and corners because it's an advantage for certain teams and not others. Was Chelsea complaining when they had more money than anybody else? And no one's turning around and going, "Oh, we got more money. It's not an unfair advantage." Exactly. There was nothing said. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the same now.
And they scored their goal from a corner, by the way, in that game.
And another thing with Arsenal, right? Bottlers 2 years ago, right? Bottlers, and then you'll get the same Man City fans going, "Bottlers." The treble, so much better to win the treble than to the Invincibles, or it's so much better than the Manchester United treblers. Well, no, it's not because you shouldn't have won it, should you? Because Arsenal bottled it. Not you didn't win it. Manchester United won the treble. It's basically like no one bottled nothing. They deservedly won it. Bayern Munich didn't bottle it. You won it. Man United, congratulations. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a much better treble win than Man City's because Man City shouldn't have won it, should they? Arsenal bottled it. And also the Invincibles, they go, "Oh, it's so much better than the Invincibles." No, because no one gave us that. So there's a little bit of double standards flying about it.
It's so much double standards, right? Arsenal, what I think it is, right, is that they found a way from corners, say for instance, and set pieces to win games. Same that everybody else deploys, but Arsenal have perfected it, and there's a lot of jealousy around that. There's a lot of jealousy that Arsenal have mastered the art of things like set pieces. Fabian Hurtzler, concentrate on your job at Brighton because up until the other day, you were lucky you got those 2 wins. There must have been doubts being cast on your future because, you know, you weren't performing, right? And if you expect that every team is going to play to your style, it's not going to work. I remember years ago when Arsene Wenger sort of came out with, it was kind of Cesc Fabregas. And at the time, I was kind of like, nah, I don't really like what they said there because teams have got to find, you've got to find a way. It ain't just football, it's all sports. Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles make fights, right? And Arsenal right now are going for a league, and if Fabian Hurtzler thinks we're going to go all gun-ho when we're 1-0 up in a game where we know the most important thing in that game, like playing in a cup final, is to get the win so that we've got those 3 points, then he's very naive about football.
Yeah, and also you have to look at it. Look, I go back to when Arsene Wenger was winning things and all that. He was called Arsene Whinger and things like that because the likes of Stoke and Blackburn played a different game. You know, Sam Allardyce played. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sam Allardyce and Tony Pulis knew if they went toe to toe playing football against us, they'd get stuffed. So they had to find a different way. And I quite, whether you liked it or not,
So
I admired it.
Yeah,
I admired it.
way.
I said, like, you know what I mean? All right, it was a bit over the board on certain things, but the basics of it were that he got under their skin.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing. We're doing it now in a different way.
We got under the skin of the whole Premier League.
It seems like it. and it seems like, no one seems to like it. But I look at Liverpool, I look at Tottenham, I look at Manchester United, and they're all getting goals from set pieces and all that. Like someone, a Man United fan, I'm not going to mention him, said on the other day, said, the game between Chelsea and Arsenal was about set pieces. That ain't what it's about. Well, basically, there's not just Arsenal that day; it was Chelsea as well. But they seem to forget they're 1-0 down against Crystal Palace, and what do they get a goal from? A penalty. You know what I mean? Like, it's been going on for years and years and years.
Their game against Newcastle, their goals are set piece, isn't it? Casemiro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, but if Arsenal do it, it seems to be a problem. And I remember earlier on in the season, some fans were moaning about it. I was thinking, just chill, man. They were sort of saying, like, it's an agenda. Now I have to think they're actually right. They are scared that Arsenal could win this title. This is what they're scared of. That's what, in my, they've been so used to laughing at us over the last 4 or 5 years, right? Second again, a lay and that.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to think, they might win it. So what else can we have a go at them for? You know what we'll do? We'll try and belittle their win if they win it by saying, it was the worst win of all time. The style weren't right. Well, listen, we don't care about what you guys are saying. All we want to do is we want to win it.
Well, and rightly so. And when they say about this, Lee, I'm going to go, right, couple of things on that, right? When we're having little arguments about, is it the most entertaining in the league at this moment in time? No, that's not on Arsenal. That is the way that it's being run, VAR and everything else. But for years, right, a Manchester City or an Arsenal or a Manchester United, when they're in a pump, will go to a bottom team and win 3 or 4-0, right? And we'd all go, was it really that entertaining? Not really, because they won 3 or 4. Now you see teams like Chelsea can't beat Burnley at home, like, you know what I mean? Arsenal go to Wolves, bottom of the league, can't get it done, like, Liverpool go to Wolves, can't get it done. Yesterday, Nottingham Forest getting a result. Man, I tell you what it is, it's competitive. Now, there's a difference between winning the league like when there's only 2 or 3 teams in it. But look at that league at the moment. Newcastle yesterday with 10 men beat an informed Man United who have been beating everybody of late. Wherever you go at this minute, you cannot guarantee that there's going to be a result.
It's competitive.
So it is a competitive. You've got to be at it.
Yeah, you've got a team like Nottingham Forest, right? When you look around that team and you see some of the players they've got, Murillo, Elliot Anderson, Morgan Gibbs-White.
The goals they got yesterday, Rob.
Yeah,
the goals
these
they got yesterday.
Quality players. They're down at the bottom.
Goals.
Every single player in that team's an international footballer, right? Like, this is the most competitive league in the world, right? So you have to find those margins sometimes to win games. Like you said, Lee, you don't come up against teams where nowadays you can just bop them off the park simply. You know what I mean? You may see that in some other leagues. You might see that in the Bundesliga and that, but the teams are not, it's not as evenly matched as it is in the Premier League. On any given day, you can lose to these teams because they've got quality.
Exactly.
They've got quality in their ranks, right?
It's not easy. Like, listen, 2 seasons ago, we come second, right? We gave it a great go against Man City. We went to Sheffield United, put 6 past them. We went to West Ham and got 6. Burnley, 5, right? Teams have improved. They're not doing that no more. You don't see those teams, like, it is very, very hard. As you say, like, people forget about that we've gone to Tottenham, away from home and won by 4. Leeds, they throw that out. Forget about them. Forget about them games. By the way, no set pieces in those games. Forget about that.
They forget that we got the best away record in the Premier League.
And it's not easy.
All I heard yesterday is, they've won more games by 1-0 than any other team. I'm like, bro. Honestly, stop the hate. Stop the hate on. Well, actually, if you want to hate, keep hating. Keep hating. I just want this Arsenal team to go and win the league. I think what we've done so far this season, obviously, it's still a long way to go. Yeah. But, we're top of the league. We were topped our Champions League group, got criticised for that. Oh, look at the easy draw they got. We earned it.
Yeah.
We won every single game in the qualifiers, right? Including having to play Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, right? And we finished top. And if you finish top, that gives you an advantage. So yes, we are going to have an easier draw than Man City, who finished 8th. That's how it works. We ain't been handed to us. We've earned the right to have an easier side of the draw. It's a bit like in tennis when a player's seeded, right? You know what I mean? He's become #1 in the world of tennis, so he gets a seeded draw, which means he avoids the best teams until he gets down late in the tournament. What's wrong with it?
We've had a little bit of luck in the FA Cup this year, right?
We have.
We have to hold our hands up.
We have.
So have Man City.
Yep.
But over the last 3 years, we've had Man United at home.
Yep.
We had Man City away, Liverpool at home.
Yep.
So they've not. It's not
in the third round.
No one says about that. But because we have a couple of easier rounds and all that, like now it's that. Listen, we all know it's the luck of the draw, and we've had a little bit of luck on that, like
in the FA Cup.
In the FA Cup, we have. We had a little bit of luck, if I'd be really honest, in the League Cup as well. Yep. If you look on that, like Port Vale, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. Funny enough, Brighton knocked them out
as well. Knocked them out as well. Hurtsler again 3 times this year, and we had to. But you say that we had to play Chelsea over 2 legs in the semi-final, and got to play Man City in a final to beat them. So, listen, I don't know about you, Lee. As far as I'm concerned, Arsenal, keep doing what you're doing. Please go and try and win this league, win as many things as possible, right? Get the job done. Block out all this hate that is coming. Which that's what it is, it's hate.
I'll ask you a question, right? And for everybody listening, right? Would you rather be laughed at and mocked at, or rather them all hating on you now?
Hate.
Why?
Because you know what? A lot of times
because you're doing something right.
You know that when you're getting that hate, that's because a lot of it is jealousy, envy, and like you said, Lee, they know that you're doing something right, and they're trying to have a little mechanism in their heads, a little mechanism just in case we go all the way and win it. Arsenal, keep doing what we're doing. We want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about it? Let us know in the comments, right? I've taken a long time to do this video. We could have done this earlier on in the season. We could have, but I'm like, nah. But now it's got too much now. When I'm hearing Alan Pardew chatting about asterisks, when did he ever play any entertaining football? What did he ever do?
You know what I mean? Like,
an asterisk.
It's ridiculous, like, you know what I mean? Like, Mourinho was lauded for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely lauded for it. Had all the money in the world, but still went out and played a defensive sort of game. I'm not knocking it, you know what I mean? Like,
he won things.
He won things of it.
It was his style.
You talk to the likes of John Terry and Frank Lampard, they love him.
Yeah, talk to any Chelsea fan. Were they moaning about that style of football weren't great? Wasn't as great as what Arsenal was playing at the time.
Alex Ferguson's last one weren't.
Alex Ferguson a couple of times, yeah.
Relied on Van Persie and Rooney to get him over the line. It weren't a great, these Man United pundits like Scholes and all that have got short memories.
Well,
short
Scholes
memories.
Even has a go at his own ex-players.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, there's always been that thing. There's a great video going out, and it's been on social media after the Man United Arsenal game back in the 90s when we had the brawl, and George Graham's got all the players together, and he's saying, look, no one likes us and all that. Like, we've got that. If you ain't seen it, go and see it. It's inspirational. Yeah. It led us on to win the league that season, and it's always been there. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, comments. Let us know what you think. We're going to leave you with this thought. In the words of one of my Millwall mates, no one likes us, but we don't care.